It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
On the campus of Pennsbury High School as we get you ready for high school football tonight on the WBCB Sports Network. Chris Ermer, Gus Barber, Ben Goldstein, Rob Gilmore here for the coverage. Before we get to the game, we're going to share a performance from the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band, the Long Orange Line. It's also Be Our Guest Night. So we have extra youngsters here supporting the cheer and the band, and they'll be performing throughout the evening. And it's Hall of Fame night as well. So at halftime, some new inductees to the Pennsbury Falcon Athletics Hall of Fame. And we'll have that coverage for you throughout the night on WBCB. But the Falcons hosting the Rams of Pennridge. Pennsbury looking for their first win of the season, coming in at 0-3. And the Pennridge Rams off to a great start this year, 3-0. And they look to keep their record unblemished. Tonight's game on WBCB, brought to you by Team Toyota, St. Mary Medical Center, McCaffrey's Food Markets. This is the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. McCaffrey's exceptional every day, thanks to Jen Shoren for DA, PNC Bank, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, Rob's Automotive and Collision, BCWSA, Fred Herron for Sheriff, the Revere Restaurant, DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, Yardley Family Haircutters making portions of tonight's game possible. Thanks to Charcoal, BYOB, the Trentonian, and this is the Trentonian pregame show. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Thanks to Galaxy Landscaping for powering portions of tonight's action. PIAA District 1, Haldeman Ford, BAI Security Systems, 9th Street on Main, Yardley Pharmacy and Supply, Senator Steve Sanicero, Jammer Doors, Junior's Car Wash, Villa Rosa Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant, Kramer's Bakery, and Puss in Boots Tavern. So much great community support making tonight's game possible. Again, it's Be Our Guest Night. We're moments away from the performance of the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band, and at halftime, we'll get some new members of the Pennsbury Falcon Hall of Fame, but Gus, going to be a tough one for the Falcons on the field because they face a team that has not suffered a defeat, and that kind of builds up some confidence. So the Rams feeling very good as they enter tonight's action, and kind of the opposite side of the story for Pennsbury. They need to build up that confidence, get a good start to this game.
Yeah, it's a tale of two teams right now. Like you were saying, this Pennridge team, they are on a high 3-0 start, a couple close games, real nail-biters, but coming out on top, just looking like a real team that you don't want to face. And Pennsbury, on the other hand, they've had some struggles the first couple weeks. They've looked good at times, but for the most part, it's been rough sailing for this Pennsbury team. So they need to flip a switch, and they got to figure things out. Like you said, just two teams at two different sides of the spectrum right now.
The Falcons got a late touchdown last week against Council Rock South, but they lost that game 20-6. Maybe be able to build off of that late drive that did get them in the end zone. And want to remind you that you can build a game-winning defense around your business. BAI Security, your local hometown security partner, protecting what matters most. 24/7 alarm monitoring, fire and burglar alarms, security camera, access control, and now fire protection, sprinklers, kitchen systems, and fire extinguisher services. Play smart and protected. BAI Security, protecting your business like a champion. Call 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414. This is the Trentonian pregame show as we turn to the field. The Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band getting ready to perform.
PIAA District 1 is looking for officials for all sports. If you're interested, visit PIAA.org for more information. Again, that's PIAA.org if you're interested in becoming an official. PIAA District 1 wishes all student athletes the best of luck on the field and in the classroom.
The Pennsbury Falcons have been going back and forth between a couple of options at quarterback. Jack Arndt has gotten some starts. We've seen David Kane taking his fair share of snaps. And down on the field checking in with some of the coaches. They said, that's going to be a game time decision for Coach Snyder tonight. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they have been led by their senior quarterback, Noah Keating, a 4-year starter who's committed to play college football at Marist University. I think the band is ready to go. And we are getting you closer to kickoff. Trentonian pregame activities on the WBCB Sports Network. Falcons going to try to get that run game going. Unfortunately, likely to be without their leading rusher, Jordan Brensinger. Got banged up in week 2, was not available last week against the Golden Hawks. Hearing that he's likely to get back on the field at some point this season, which is good news, but not good news for the Pennsbury Falcons tonight because he's one of their game-breaking backs. And with that ground and pound approach, they've been struggling to move the football, and they need to make sure, I don't know, they have their best assets. All right, here come the band. the Long Orange Line, the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band, as we get you closer to kickoff on the WBCB Sports Network. It is Be Our Guest night, so they're going to be joined by some of the youth musicians, the youngsters in the Pennsbury School District, and also Be Our Guest night supporting Pennsbury Cheer. And Falcons hosting the Pennridge Rams on the football field as we swing into league action. And it's great to have you with us tonight for the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. And Senator Steve Sanacero, proudly serving the 10th Senatorial District and proudly supporting tonight's football game as a public service to the community. Senator Sanacero supports the youth of our community, tomorrow's future leaders. Steve himself, as a former teacher, is a leader in education, along with infrastructure, environment, women's health issues, and gun violence protection in the 10th Senatorial District. And if your school would like a tour of the Capitol in Harrisburg, contact Steve's office at SenatorSteveSanacero.com. That's SenatorSteveSanacero.com. Senator Sanacero hopes you enjoy tonight's game. And don't forget, you missed the action here on BCB. Read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. This is the Trentonian pregame show for your complete local and national news 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Gus, kind of a picture-perfect night, a little bit warm, maybe a few degrees above what would be seasonably normal for this time of year, but a great night for some high school football for sure.
Yeah, I don't like how it's a little warm, like you were saying, but you can't blame it. Beautiful night, no clouds in the sky, no rain, nothing like that. Beautiful sunset coming right now that makes the sky look a little pink and orangish. But yeah, beautiful night to have all these youngsters out.
Yep.
And have Hall of Fame night. Excited to see that. Some people that I went to high school and seen in high school.
And Ben, for the Pennsbury Falcons, not going to have Jordan Brensinger on the field tonight, so they lean on Caden Brown, and one of the guys who's been getting more touches, Noah McCardle. Those two guys are going to be carrying the football tonight, at least if the same thing holds true from what we saw last week in that Council Rock South game. And McCardle seems like he's growing in confidence and understanding kind of where they want him to be in each and every play.
Yeah, definitely. Falcons really liked what they saw from McCardle last week against Council Rock South and this week at practice. Last week, McCardle had 16 rushes for 52 yards on this season. He's surpassed 60 yards on the ground, so he's had a good year on, just 19 rushes. He's at a pretty good mark for just a short sample size, but he's a powerful back, and that's what you need right now without Brensinger. You need someone to fill in that halfback spot, and they're getting a decent production from McCardle, and hopefully it only just goes up from here.
Yeah, and that short sample size is in part because the Falcons haven't really been able to get that ground game consistently going. Last week, they did have a late drive, ended up in a touchdown, but that drive took just a ton of time off the game clock. And that's the Pennsbury way. So if they can get off to a quick start here against the Rams, control the football as they did in the fourth quarter against Council Rock South, who knows? Maybe they can come up with their first win of the year and get things going. You can put that whole pre-league season behind you right now. Those first 3 games are important for district rankings, for power points, but they're have no significance when it comes to league play. And now you swing into SOL Patriot Division action tonight, Pennridge. Then we hit the road for back-to-back-to-back games against the Central Bucks teams. Then North Penn and Abington, followed by Neshaminy. So it doesn't...
It's a tough stretch, absolutely tough stretch, especially going those 3 straight games on the road to all the CBs, the East, the West, and South, and then having to come back home with North Penn. That's going to be a tough stretch for them. So they got to get to a good start here in the beginning of play.
Well, credit to the Rams, 3-0 right now, and they had a 4-7 season last year. And under Kyle Beller, feel like bringing back quite a few seniors Their quarterback now a senior, their main running back a senior, so they have some of that senior leadership and varsity experience. It has served them well so far in the early going, as we will turn back to the field in just a moment.
Yeah, I don't think they're, with everybody here, they're trying to figure out the setup and get everything, sounding good. But it's been a while since they've been ready to say the national anthem and everything like that. Yeah, we will honor America with the Star-Spangled Banner and get closer to kickoff. It's Hall of Fame night in addition to be our guest night. And the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, they invite you. Come on out. Check out the new concessions, the new Falcon Field, and check out the all-new Pennsbury apparel that they have here. Great game day atmosphere. And the Pennsbury Football Parents Club inviting you to come on out and be a part of it. And, yeah, you got tonight's home game, then 3 weeks where the Pennsbury Falcons are on the road. And so this is the last game in like a while that you can. I think in like a month it feels like, yeah. Because next time
30 days.
Next time we're back here at Falcon Field, you'll be celebrating me and Ben's birthday while we're at Falcon Field. So that's how long it's going to be. Give us a little shout out, me and Ben.
Yeah, big 18th birthday coming up.
Big guy
next home game.
Well, the Pennsbury Football Parents Club. Oh, and they're bringing out the big flag.
Oh, big flag.
You know it's a big game.
This is just amazing.
They Football Parents Club thanking their game day team meal sponsor Bailey's Bar and Grill. Looking for great food, cold drinks, and good times? Head to Bailey's Bar and Grill in Levittown. All right, here we go. We got everybody standing and getting us closer to kickoff as we turn back to the band. They got the really big band for Be Our Guest Night.
Really long line. Really long orange line.
Huge line.
An extended long orange line, and we're moments away from kickoff. The Pennsbury Falcons hosting the Pennridge Rams. And tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo. And Tyler uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie or other gourmet pizzas, including their
Good evening, everybody, and let's welcome the visiting.
Fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta dishes, all served in a safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out. DiLorenzo's 215-943-2605. That's 215-943-2605 as the Pennridge Rams here at Falcon Field take the far side of the field. The Rams off to their first 3-0 start since the COVID season of 2020. They also had a 3-0 start in 2013 and 2014. And again, led by senior QB Noah Keating. Also, running back and linebacker Ryan Rowe, who's committed to play college football at Princeton University, an Ivy Leaguer. And Rowe with 20 carries, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns. But Will Doherty has gotten a few more touches, 39 carries, 276 yards, and 2 tutties for Doherty. so far for the Rams, and they mix it up. Noah Keating, 18 for 29 for 301 through the air with 4 passing touchdowns, and rushing the football, 23 carries for 90 yards, and he's picked up 4 touchdowns on the ground. And the Pennsbury Falcons, one of the things that they have done a good job at, Ben, is stopping the run. But when the teams that they're up against have a two-dimensional approach with the air attack ends up softening things up sometimes. That was certainly the case last week against Council Rock South. Yeah, and they may be seeing that kind of a dual-threat QB tonight for Pennridge.
Yeah, that's for sure. And another tough loss I just saw on the sideline, Garland Dockery looked like he suffered an injury on crutches on the sideline. So another loss for the Pennsbury defense, but especially against this Pennridge team. This Pennridge team has been such a thorn in the Falcons' side over the last couple seasons. You go back the last 2 years, they've lost at Pennridge, got a win. It wasn't here in 2022. It was at Truman because this new turf was being put in, the stands and everything. So it's been a tough last few years, especially against Noah Keating in this offense. I just remember Noah Keating just throwing it down the field and tearing up the Pennsbury secondary. It's another Pennsbury secondary that needs to kind of regroup a little bit and warm up a little bit this year, but hoping that tide turns a little bit this go around and Falcons are able to have a good game against the squad.
Yeah, so far, the Falcons, because they've mixed it up at quarterback, when you look at the stats, nobody really has a standout stat line for the Pennsbury Falcons, but Caden Brown now has started to really accumulate some yardage and quite a few touches. Again, McCardle got mixed in there, but without Brensinger, they're going to be leaning on number 2 as the Falcons get set and ready to take the field. A Week 4 matchup with the Pennridge Rams. And led through the Falcons sign by Jacob Parada. Also one of the first guys through, Caden Brown, and quarterback David Kane. You know, we said it might be a game time decision to see if it's going to be Arndt or Kane at QB, but I think we're all feeling like there's a David Kane lean right now.
Yeah, I mean, when he's one of the first guys to run through that Falcon Falcon flag right there, that certainly is a good indicator. Also,
the warm-ups.
saw him go out at pregame for the coin toss. He was out there with the captains. Haven't seen him out there the last few weeks where he has not been starting. So certainly an indicator that we will see some David Kane tonight, and saw David Kane in the hallways today. Dabbed him up and was like, yo, you starting tonight? He said, I think so. So, you know, not the most clear answer. Sounds like it was always going to be a game time decision, but he felt confident he was going to play. And right now, we feel pretty confident that he's going to be out there starting tonight.
Yeah, we think so. He thinks so. We'll see if Coach Snyder is in agreement, and David Kane will get the start. Captain's about to head to midfield. Dante Ciola, Connor O'Brien, David Kane, and Sean Beatty representing the Falcons. For the Pennridge Rams, running back William Doherty, quarterback Noah Keating. Out for the coin flip, along with Shane Rowan.
And don't worry, Chris.
Captain Ryan Rowe.
I got my knocks today, so I'll be able to make sure who wins the coin toss and who defers and who receives. Got to have the knocks on the hand. Got to have the knocks on hand. Knocks, of course, short for binoculars.
Talking about receiving, the Pennsbury Falcons, again, not a lot of receiving yards so far for Pennsbury this season. They've thrown the football, but haven't made a lot of connections. The Rams...
50 passing yards in a year for the Falcons in total.
You look at the Pennridge squad, Sean Luthi with 75 yards receiving and a receiving touchdown on 6 receptions. Running back Will Doherty, they'll have him go out in some pass patterns, and he's got a couple of receptions for 83 yards and a touchdown. And Jackson Gregoire, their tight end, with a couple of grabs for 38 yards, and also has picked up 2 touchdowns on the season. All right, so we'll see how this one will get started with the coin flip. it's won by the Rams, and they defer. I jumped.
You didn't even need the knocks.
I got you.
Didn't even need the knocks.
So that means the Pennsbury Falcons will get the football first here in the McCaffrey's game of the night.
That could be a benefit for Pennsbury. Obviously gotten to slow starts the last couple of games. Haven't really found any rhythm offensively. So maybe that's a good thing. Get the ball first. Try to figure out something, try to find some holes and find a momentum and rhythm offensively that can lead you through this game. Because I don't want to say this is a must-win, but this is as close to a must-win as you can get.
I mean, we talked about last week the Falcons with their backs against the wall. And, even pressed further up against that wall with a need to get a win and just to start to get things moving in the right direction. Maybe even more important because you have this road trip in front of the team, and you want to build something before you hit the road for back-to-back-to-back games against the Central Bucks teams.
And Pennsbury had it was a long drive to end that game, but they got in the end zone against Council Rock South on their final drive of the game, and that is always something you can build off of. It wasn't a great game last week, but if you can find something that you can build off of, you're going to take it and you're going to climb up that tree. Falcons, they'll have the ball to start. They look to keep that tree growing and try and get in the end zone and keep the encouraging drives going on offense.
All right, back to receive Sean Beatty and Luke Bagley. For the Rams, it's teed up by Luis Nunez.
David Kane taking snaps on the sideline with Spencer Grimm, so it's all but a lock that Kane will be your starting quarterback tonight.
Nunez, one of the many seniors on this Pennridge team, again off to a 3-0 start. It's a short angled kick that comes down at the 30-yard line and is returned up across the 40, up to the 42. Kitcheman with the return for the Falcons, and they get their first drive going at their own 42-yard line with a 1st and 10.
Pretty solid field position here, and David Kane out there in the backs. Noah McCardle and Caden Brown. So Falcons, they're going to do that ground and pound, and hopefully it'll start us off hot tonight.
And lining up on the far wing is Henry Garlitz. As Kane goes under center, sets him down, and gives the football to McCardle on 1st down. McCardle across the 45 to the 46-yard line, picks up 3. 2nd and 7 for the Falcons.
And that's somebody we were talking about in the pregame of who's somebody who's going to step up since Brensinger's not in there. McCardle, like you said, he looks good. He might have found something, but we have to see it tonight.
Again, Kane sets him down. Another give to McCardle, tries the other side of the formation and takes it up to midfield. The Falcons to the 50. Brings up 3rd and 3 after a 4-yard pickup. Sean Beatty in with the next play. And a beautiful night for high school football. Thanks so much for being with us. Chris Ermer with Ben Goldstein, Gus Barber, and Rob Gilmore here from Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Falcons with the opening drive of the night. Have it up to midfield. The give to Caden Brown, and he'll dive forward across the 45-yard line and pick up a Pennsbury Falcon 1st down. Nice job there to finish the run by Brown and get extra couple of yards right there at the end.
And that's good to see. Pennsbury having struggling just even getting 1st downs in some of these opening offensive drives. So to get that initial 1st down here, it's could be huge for this momentum.
A confidence builder for this Pennsbury Falcons team, and they need that again coming in, looking for their first win of the season. Handoff to McCardle, slipped up right around the line of scrimmage, and no gain there. Noah Werman, another senior for the Pennridge Rams, right there at the point of attack. And brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Falcons.
Generous spot, I think. I thought he lost one there.
This is when things can get a little bit tricky for this Pennsbury team, when they get a negative play, something that doesn't work. You got to make sure you pick up a chunk of yardage here to make it a third and manageable situation. A rush by the Pennridge Rams, and they sack Kane. Brought down by Ryan Rowe, the senior linebacker, one of the defensive leaders on this team. Rowe with his first tackle for loss. I guess he had a half of a TFL. And right there, a tackle for loss, a sack on the play.
Well, it doesn't matter who got it. It was a big one nonetheless. Now making a third and extremely long here for this Pennsbury team.
Yeah, 3rd and 16.
For a team who struggles with even 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 16, it's going to be tough to convert here.
And it's a handoff to Brown. Brown runs right into Ryan Rowe, and a textbook tackle by Rowe will drop the Pennsbury Falcons for a short 1-yard gain and bring up 4th and 14 and force Pennsbury to kick this one away. Play a little field position. David Kane, the quarterback, also the punter.
Number 8, David Kane, to do the punting duties.
Back to let it go. Sean Luthi to receive for the Rams. Luthi at his own 10. Good snap. Spiraling kick and a good bounce for the Pennsbury Falcons. Skips inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5-yard line before it's touched up by LaRue. And so the Pennridge Rams going to have a long way to go as they start their opening drive of the night at their own 5-yard line here in the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. And 20 minutes from Langhorne is a better Ford car and truck buying experience at Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. More selection, better price on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, and award-winning service. Haldeman Ford, Route 33, Hamilton Township. 6'3" senior QB Noah Keating under center, and movement up front. I think that was the Falcons who jumped across the line of scrimmage. And the Falcons had him pinned deep, but give him a little bit of a freebie there, 5 free yards on the offsides.
Not what you want to do if you're Pennsbury.
Yeah, a little jumpy down there, Justin Meeks. We saw a great game from Sylvester Jones, who lines up on the near defensive end. They run in that direction. And a short gain there by Doherty. Doherty with a good spot. They'll mark him down at the 14. LaRue Madison, one of the Pennsbury defenders there. Well, now the Pennridge Rams can kind of open up that playbook on 2nd and short.
Yeah, and that wasn't even a big pickup there, but you saw the advantage that Pennridge had since they moved up with the flag there. So now it's only 2nd and 1. They can do a multitude of things.
And they will give the football handoff for a first down for Pennridge. That time it was Ryan Rowe. Gets the football from Keating and picks up the Rams' first down of the night. So up to their own 19. Rams had a wild game against the Ben Salem Owls earlier this season, winning that one 36-33. But have been able to take care of business here with a 3-0 mark. And now Keating gives to the fullback. Up the gut that time, William Doherty. Short gain. Nice job up front by the Falcons. Stuffed that one. Picks up 2 tough ones, makes it 2nd and 8.
Now got a referee timeout because there's one person wondering why there's a drone flying. We have a drone in the air, ladies and gents.
I didn't know
No,
WBCB
it's not.
WBCB, we got high-tech drones now?
We do not have drones, but there's drones flying in the air, and it's from one of the schools because they said it's okay. I saw it earlier. It's going up and down.
Falcons look like they're bringing some pressure up the middle, and it's a run to the outside. Ryan Rowe with running room along the near side, and it's a touchdown saving tackle from Depew. But Ryan Rowe gashes him.
Your Falcons were sending on the blitz, and then Rowe found that outside edge where no one was at and sent it down for a big-time run.
Yeah, he tight-roped that sideline and picks up a big chunk of yardage for Pennridge. 1st and 10. Now from the Falcon 35.
He had a great job just to work the edge there, get a block from one of his receivers, and there was just nothing but green grass. No Falcon defender anywhere near him. He was just turning on the afterburners.
Keating, play action, downfield, has a receiver in the end zone. Sean Beatty is there with the interception. A great play by the Pennsbury cornerback. Sean Beatty there defensively goes up and brings it down for the Falcons with the INT.
Man, oh man, what a nice play there. Beatty just going stride for stride with the receiver. Excellent coverage. Even another Falcon defender there, not sure exactly who it was, but Needing just threw that thing up, let it float, and Beatty was just able to get under it and even fight with the receiver to come down with it. It looked like he was trying to break that up. Great job of getting strong hands on it and coming down with the ball.
Yeah, the closeout speed right there as Beatty recognizing where that ball was going and got there first, brings it down, and Falcons now 1st and 10 from their own 20.
And that's a real pick-me-up, we call them, for the defense. You know, give up a huge play, right next play, you get a turnover. And, you know, that's a pick-me-up. I just created that right there. I don't know if that's really a thing, but we're gonna call it. That's a pick-me-up.
Well,
I like it.
It's definitely a pickoff, and it's going to be a big pickup.
False start. Wow, they didn't call it. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, the flags come down. Falcons movement before the snap. So there they get the football back, and they make it a little more difficult on themselves as they lose 5 on the flag.
Yeah, I don't even have my glasses on, and I could see that from up here. So that was a clear as day false start by the right tackle.
Yeah, it wasn't a pick-me-up.
Fastest growing, most award-winning, locally owned and operated car wash in Lower Bucks, Juniors Express, right near Pennsbury High School, the corner of New Falls and Hood Boulevard. They'll give your car a little pickup.
Pick me up.
Wow. All right, so now 1st and 15 from the 15. The give to McCardle. There's a hole there, and as he works his way through it, they do a good job to converge, break it down. Tackle made by Nolan Werman. Picks up 4. 2nd and 11 from the 19. Down to 5:15 and counting in the first quarter of action. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. David Kane pitches it out to McCardle. They grab his jersey, can't bring him down, stays on his feet, crossing the 20. But going to be 3rd and 7 here. McCardle credit just that he didn't get tackled in the backfield. Shows his strength right there to break out of, I don't know if the guy still has a piece of his jersey or what, but
that thing was stretching out. I don't know how possibly they could expand that much, but
yeah, we're living in the modern era. These
technology,
these jersey fibers are pretty impressive right there. 3rd and 7. The give to Caden Brown up to the 25. Stayed on his feet, but forward progress was stopped. And they'll blow it dead at the 28-yard line, maybe even up to the 29. This is going to be a tough decision for Coach Snyder because he's got 4th and 1, but he's deep in their own end of the field.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're not hesitating, though. Galen went and looked at game. He's like, yeah, get out there. Obviously, here comes the play call, so it looks like they're going to be going for this. Who knows if they're maybe just going to try to draw the defense offside, because like you said, they are deep into their zone right now. If you don't convert this, you're pretty much giving Pennridge excellent field positioning here.
Big play with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Falcons needing about 1.5 yards, and they fumble the snap. It's loose on the field, and the Pennridge Rams recover. A botched snap, and on 4th and 1, it's a fumble. The Rams now with the football at the Falcon 29. Oof.
Self-inflicting wounds. The one thing you could not have happen there was fumble the ball at the snap, and you saw it right there. Not sure if it was, just a miscommunication between Spencer and David Kane, or maybe just a bad handoff, but something happened there, and Pennridge now, with the turnover on downs, gets great field positioning.
I mean, this is kind of right where they were after that big Ryan Rowe run, as Keating under center gives the football to Rowe. Tries to step through a tackle, but Jacob Parada won't let him go. Brings him down after a 1-yard gain. Second and 9 for the Pennridge Rams as we get down to the 3-minute mark of quarter number 1. Big thanks to Haldeman Ford. 20 minutes from Langhorne, a better Ford car and truck buying experience at Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Award-winning service, Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Keating again under center, gives to Doherty on the give up the gut, but the Falcons stuff that. Henry Garlitz unpiles along with Jackson Coons. And a short pickup by the Rams now brings up a 3rd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Certainly would seem like for Coach Beller that this is going to be 4-down thinking. Here as they have it this deep in Pennsbury territory. Keating puts a man in motion and gives to Ryan Rowe on the counter handoff. Rowe up to the 20. He stood up there. And that is not going to be enough for a first down. Picks up about 4 up to the 20. And 4th and 2 now with a, looked like there was an injury timeout as Justin LaRue Madison shaken up on the play. And so we'll step aside. Return to Falcon Field in just a moment. High school football on WBCB. No score between the Pennsbury Falcons and Pennridge Rams.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
When it comes to plumbing, there's only one trusted name for your home or business. That's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Whether it's drains, water heaters, faucets.
Great to see LaRue Madison able to get to his feet, jog over to the near side, and hopefully be able to return to action. The Falcons are going to need him tonight as the Pennridge Rams line up for a 4th and short, and they're going to have quarterback Noah Keating sneak it, and he gets the 2 yards needed right up the gut. And the Rams move the sticks. First down at the 16.
And LaRue Madison sprinting right back in after the play, so all is good.
But the Falcons need a stop here on this Pennridge drive. Keating from the gun gives to Ryan Rowe. Rowe off the left side. Takes it up to the 10. So that's a 6-yard pickup right there. Good job kind of following the blockers, a well-executed play.
Ryan Rowe, 3 rushes, 56 yards already on the ground.
Pennridge,
46 yards, 46 of those did come in that one rush, but still a big night so far.
Pennridge able to get the push up front on that play. Keating with Rowe right behind him. And the give goes to Ryan Rowe. Puts the brakes on, turns it upfield across the 5, and that'll be another Pennridge first down. It's first and goal for the Rams at the 4.
It'll bring up first and goal.
Mark it down just inside the 5-yard line. And as the play clock is running down and only 15 seconds left, the Pennridge Rams don't have to run another play in the first quarter. We'll see if they opt to do that. Seems like, well, here they go. Now they do get to the line of scrimmage. And Keating looks around, but they're going to run out of time. And we'll flip the field. That's the end of the first quarter. Still no score between the Pennsbury Falcons and the Pennridge Rams. It's the McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB.
When it comes to plumbing, there's only one trusted name for your home or business. That's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Whether it's drains, water heaters, faucets, or sewers, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown can solve all of your plumbing problems. Time-tested and punctual since 1984. It's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Call them at 215-943-1776. That's 215-943-1776 for Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, a proud supporter of high school athletics in Bucks County.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Fred Herron. As your Bucks County Sheriff, it's my job to uphold the law and keep our community safe. That's what I've done every day for nearly 40 years in law enforcement. From the streets of Bensalem to the county courthouse, my focus has been on making our families feel secure in their homes, neighborhoods, and our...
The Pennridge Rams on the doorstep as we start the second quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. First and goal from the 4. Doherty and Rowe in the backfield. And the give goes to Ryan Rowe. Bangs into a Pennsbury defender, keeps those legs going, gets down close to the goal line, and he's in for the Pennridge touchdown. A late signal, but the Rams are in. A 4-yard touchdown run for Ryan Rowe. And with 11:51 to go in the second quarter, Rams up 6-0.
Yeah, really good job just to finish off that run. There's a lot of good ground attack in that drive. As I'm a little speechless here, as it seems like a little bit of a wonky extra point setup.
Yeah, they got that swinging door kind of thing. Keeps...
What is the purpose of that?
I think you can lead to a little trickery if you opt to do that with like a quick snap or something. Nunez, though, will go for the traditional place kick through the uprights, and we come back up the field with the score 7-0 after the 4-yard touchdown run from Ryan Rowe. And for Rowe, it's his 4th time in the end zone this season for the Pennridge Rams.
Well, if you're Pennsbury, you wanted to get off to kind of a hot start here and do something you haven't really done all year, and that's take the early lead, and unable to do that tonight, they'll be fighting from behind for the rest of the evening.
And don't forget, you miss any of tonight's action. Read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Kitchenman and Beatty back to receive the kick from Nunez. Or last time it was kind of angled towards Kitchenman, who's now on the other side of the field.
Pennridge looks like they're going with kind of a ploop kick kind of strategy.
Yeah, Nunez gets the whistle, and again, that angled kick comes down at the 30-yard line. And taken there by the Falcons along the far sideline. Luke Moyer with a nice return. But a flag down. And typically flags on these kickoffs usually go against the return team.
Yep.
Which is not good for Pennsbury, and it is a hold against the Falcons. So right there, they get something good happening and then hurt themselves with a penalty. They had an interception, followed that up with a false start. Here they have a nice return, but a hold will mark it back to the 30-yard line.
First and 10, Pennsbury from the 30.
And David Kane comes in with the play as they get this drive going with 11:40 to go in the first half. Kane and McCardle in the backfield. Sean Beatty split wide to the near side. And the give to Brown.
Brown up the middle. Looks like he'll have 3 or 4.
Gets a few.
Pennsbury to bring up second down and 7.
Nice job by Brown to get a little extra at the end of that run, and he picks up 3. But 3 yards here, 4 yards there. Nothing coming easy for the Falcons in the ground game.
What's that saying? It's like 4 yards in a dust of wind or something like that. That's really how Pennsbury tries to play. They try to get, build up these little runs, really pound away, and then next thing you know, there's usually that one that just breaks away, and that's the problem with this Pennsbury offense this year. They haven't had that one that breaks away. They keep pounding away, but nothing seems to break open.
McCardle gets the handoff, tries to bounce it to the outside, and as he turns it upfield, another 2 tough yards.
The toughest of yards.
Down to the 35-yard line for the Falcons. And a big third down, 3rd and 5. This one might be option where you go a little deeper in the playbook here and see if you give David Kane an opportunity to throw the football. Looks like pressure coming right up the middle, and the handoff to Caden Brown is a loss for the Pennsbury Falcons. Nice job there up front. Ian Gallagher making the stop and bringing up 4th and 7. And forcing the Falcons to drop David Kane back to kick this one away. Sean Luthi to receive and nearly blocked. The kick gets off, goes straight up into the air almost. And Luthi calls for the fair catch at the 41-yard line. Wow, disaster averted there, narrowly averted by the Pennsbury Falcons as the Pennridge Rams had a couple of rushers break free and get right in the face of David Kane. I mean, that was a great job by Kane just to get that kick away.
And even with calling the fair catch, you got to think there's some nerve of getting hit there, especially with the guys right in your face. What if one of those guys didn't see you call a fair catch? What if he doesn't see the ref, signal that, and he just blast you? You've seen it at plenty of times in all these different levels. So,
yeah, the ability to kind of stay poised in those situations is pretty tough. Here on the jet sweep, the give goes to Luthi. Sean Luthi up to the 50-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain for the Pennridge Rams on first down. And wait a second, they may be marking it. Yeah, marking it right at midfield. So a 9-yard pickup. And again, this opportunity maybe for Pennridge to open up the playbook on a 2nd and short. Maybe go for an explosive play downfield. Then again, why go away from the ground game when it's
seems to be
working pretty well for you? But man in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Keating tucks it away and picks up a couple of yards, which is enough for a Pennridge Ram first down.
First and 10 on the Falcon 48-yard line.
First and 10 from the Pennsbury 48. Down to 8.5 to go in the first half of play. Stay with us during halftime. We got the Pennridge Ram Marching Band performing. We'll share that with you. And the Hall of Fame class of 2025 will be recognized at halftime for the Pennsbury Athletics Hall of Fame. Keating fakes the give to Luthi, rolls to the far side, chased by Jackson Coons, and he's going to throw that one away. Jackson Coons over there. Sylvester Jones also in hot pursuit.
Great pressure by Coons there. Beat his man and was on Keating's tail, forcing the throw out of bounds. Nice job by the Pennsbury rushers.
And a good job all the way around there. Keating really didn't have anywhere to go with that football. So 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. 4 receivers in this formation for Keating as Luthi goes in motion. Pass is complete. Gets it to Chase Klontz, and Klontz gets blown up by Luke Begley. Luke Begley with a big hit and knocked the football loose, but they say that pass was completed. And right now, Pennsbury trying to coach Luke Snyder, wondering how come that wasn't called a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, possession seemed to, it was made, and Begley just absolutely blowing up the receiver. Looked like Brian Dawkins down there against the Falcons in that playoff game. Just a monster hit.
Keating on 3rd and 6, throws downfield and hits Sean Luthi. Great grab along the far sideline for a Pennridge first down up to the 25.
Excellent throw on the run for a 19-yard pass. Big play, and shows you why Keating's been so good for so long. Excellent play.
Yeah, quite a nice reception over there by Luthi. And on 1st and 10, back to the ground game. Will Doherty up the middle. Doherty to the 10, a 15-yard pickup for Pennridge. And they say just shy of the 10-yard line, goes down at the 11. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Well, this Pennridge Rams team, now they found the momentum offensively. They are just rushing, doing whatever they want to this Pennsbury Falcon defense.
Yeah, and moving their way right down the field on this drive. The Falcons need to stiffen up right here and come up with a big stop. The give again to Doherty. Doherty steps through one tackle, stiff arms a tackler, down to the 5, loses the football as it's fumbled out of the end zone. Was it out of the end zone?
Yeah, it was out of the end zone. I think they're going to call
it a touchback. Yes. The Pennsbury Falcons will get the football at the 20. As going for the touchdown there was Will Doherty, and his effort, doing all he could to try to get to the goal line, and lost control of the football.
Well, that's a huge break for the Falcons defense. Rams just able to do whatever they want, march the way down the field. And Doherty, like you're saying, it looked like he was going to reach for the end zone, and the ball just came out. And you could see it clear as day bounce out through the end zone. You know,
like,
it stayed. It looked just, I don't know if maybe the Falcons defender maybe popped it out, or as he was going to reach for the pylon, it just came out. But a huge, huge break here for the Falcons.
Yeah, when it was Doherty, he reached while kind of on the ground, while in mid stiff arm, and the ball just kind of comes out as he flails his arms out and rolls into the back of the end zone. Yeah, bounces right through.
Yeah, you got to credit Sylvester Jones right there for helping to shake that ball loose with some contact as Kane drops back, throws downfield on 1st down, looking for Sean Beatty, and it's incomplete. Falcons looking for a flag, maybe for a defensive pass interference, but no flag there. Defensively for Pennridge, Davis Underhill had pretty good coverage on Sean Beatty and brings up 2nd and 10.
That fumble forced out by Sylvester Jones, and he was awesome last week. There was like 2 or 3 plays in a row where he was involved. He got the sacks. He was making big hits, and he was awesome to see. Sylvester Jones, the junior, and makes another big play here tonight. Got to keep your eye on number 47 on the edge.
Yeah, credit to him because he stayed with that play. Another pass play, and this time Kane throws complete to Ciola, but a 3-yard pickup for the Pennsbury Falcons still leaves them with a 3rd and 7. Football at their own 23. A little quick hitting out route by Ciola. Good target there for Kane. But every yard has been tough to come by. Right there, even through the passing game. Didn't get a lot out of that connection. Kane sets him down. Garlett's in motion. Looked like some movement up front. No flags come out. The handoff is to McCardle, who's got it to the 29. And that'll be a yard shy of a Falcon first down and bring up 4th and 1. Now, earlier, Falcons went for it on 4th and short from a similar spot on the field, deep in their own territory, and couldn't handle the snap exchange. Ended up fumbling that one, and now they're going to play it a little bit more conservatively and have David Kane kick this one away. Sean Luthi dropping back to receive with under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Nice snap and a good kick by Kane. Luthi from the 40 will try a return, and he returns it 5 yards before getting hit by LaRue Madison and dropped at the Pennridge 45. So the Rams take over 1st and 10. Falcons got a big break as a fumble through the end zone gave them the football back, but couldn't do anything with it. And right back to Pennridge, and they have a little more than 4.5 to work with here on the second quarter clock. 20 minutes from Langhorne, a better Ford car and truck buying experience at Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. More selection, better price on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, and award-winning service. Haldeman Ford, Route 33, Hamilton Township. The give to Ryan Rowe. And Rowe, not much there. LaRue Madison was there. And he drops Rowe at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by Rowe. Bounced off his guy and was able to bring down Rowe. LaRue Madison, nice job.
So getting down to the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. And a reverse handoff. And who's there for the Pennsbury Falcons? Sylvester Jones with the stop. Also Sean Comer in the neighborhood. So 2 stops for the Pennsbury Falcons brings up 3rd and 10 for Pennridge. Falcons now got to take advantage of those first 2 good defensive plays. Make a stop here and force a kick. Still with some good time left on this first half clock. 4 receivers here for Keating. Drops back, throws downfield, and the pass incomplete. Looking there for Chase Klontz. And McCartney there defensively for the orange and black. So on 4th and 10, Noah Keating also doing the quarterbacking and kicking. Will punt. Sean Beatty late to get back. Falcons late to get some guys on the field, and Beatty's going to let that skip down. Goes down inside the 5, and they're going to say that is touchdown at the 1-yard line. Looked like they went into the end zone with the ball, but I think in the, once you touch the ball and your knee is on the turf, and now they will say touchback. Right, yeah, okay, at the 20.
We got to get this right. We got to get this right.
It is 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pennsbury with just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And last time I had the football, we saw David Kane with a couple of opportunities to throw the football. I think if they're going to try to go this length of the field in this amount of time, they are going to have to mix in a bit of the air attack. On first down, handoff to Brown. Brown pushed out of bounds by Luthi.
Looks like he'll have 7 or 8 for the Falcons.
And that's an 8-yard pickup
Everyone to the track. Let's welcome
as
our
Caden Brown up
25
to the 28-yard line.
The other participants.
On Be Our Guest Night, the extended cheerleading squad getting a little love.
Huge crew there down tonight, you know. Plenty of cheerleaders getting the pep out.
It's great. We got a packed house here for the Pennsbury Falcons as the handoff to McCardle. McCardle bangs off of one defender and brought down on the play. Blake Lander, sophomore, makes a stop. And it's 3rd and 1 for Pennsbury. Football at their own 29-yard line.
Henry Garwood's down there laying down some nice blocks. He's had a few guys on the ground on those last 2 rushes. And Garwood's, we're used to him sending guys to the ground on defense. He's doing it a bit on offense tonight, stepping up big on the offensive side of the ball, Garwood's.
Yeah, his role has expanded throughout this season. On 3rd and 1, Kane gives to Brown, and Caden Brown fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. I thought they may mark him for a loss on the play, but Ryan Rowe blows up that play. And yeah, they do move the football back a little bit. So looking at more like 4th and 1.5 yards. And with 1:41 to go, decision time for Coach Snyder. Looks like he's ready to go for it. Meantime, if you're going to go for it, you got a lot of time coming off the clock right now. So maybe they're just waiting to eventually try to flip the field and kick this away.
Yeah, Pennridge does start with the ball in the next half, perhaps preserving some time. Now they'll call a timeout.
Timeout comes with 1:11 to go in the second quarter and gives us time to recognize some of our sponsors. You know, you can build a game-winning defense around your business. BAI Security, your local hometown security partner, protecting what matters most. 24/7 alarm monitoring, fire and burglar alarms, security camera, access control, and now fire protection, sprinklers, kitchen systems, and fire extinguisher services. Play smart and protected. BAI Security, protecting your business like a champion. Call 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414. And Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers, and they also carry entry doors, patio doors, windows, sales, service, and installation with Jammer Doors. All right, 4th and 1, Pennsbury packing it in, maybe trying to get the Pennridge Rams to jump here as Kane under center looking around. And now the Falcons will burn another timeout. Looking for a freebie there. And the Pennridge Rams not obliging.
It's a big
so
word.
now it will be a punt for Kane.
Obliging.
Again, thanks to Jammer Doors. Showroom at 2850 Brunswick Avenue, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and their Yardley showroom in the Grist Mill, 10 North Main Street, open by appointment. And you can call to make that appointment at 215-493-7709. That's 215-493-7709. All right, so 4th and 1, and now the Rams call a timeout.
Gotta get your timeouts in while you can.
So you got your dictionary out for obliging?
Yeah, obliging. It's a new word for me. If those wondering at home, obliging on the dictionary, according to this little website, google.com, willing to do a service or kindness helpful?
Yeah, they were not helpful.
No, they were certainly not helpful.
Back to receive the punt is Sean Luthi.
Kane, the punt for the Falcons. Luthi
And David Kane
received for the Rams.
will kick it away.
I'm going to use that obliging.
Kick off the side of the foot and comes down right near the 50-yard line and skips up to the 41 where Dante Ciola touches it up. We get the whistle, and the Pennridge Rams with a minute left in the first half.
Yeah, maybe would have liked to send them back a little further with a minute.
1 minute left.
And sitting at the 42-yard line here, a minute to go, and the Pennridge will get the ball back to start the second half, so could have a chance to double up a little bit here. I don't get a little field goal opportunity if you get in that range, maybe even get into the end zone, but
Yeah, see how aggressive they want to be here, because with a minute, they also hold all 3 timeouts. 2 receivers to the far side, and the motion man goes that way. Keating rolls that way and throws, completes it to Brody Blomgren. Blomgren goes out of bounds up across the 45. They'll give him the 46-yard line, 5-yard pickup. And a good job. You go out of bounds, you stop the clock. 54 seconds for the Rams to work with. Pennsbury Football Parents Club inviting you to check out all the new concession stands at the Pennsbury home games. And they also love you to check out all the Pennsbury apparel as well. From the gun, Keating rolling to the near side, pressured, hit as he lets it go. That was Sylvester Jones, who took a shot on the quarterback, kind of forced that throw maybe a little bit early and led to the incompletion.
Pass ball short. Beatty on the coverage. Could bring up 3rd and 6
Jones
for the
again
Rams.
causing that disruption. He has been awesome in these last 2 games.
I mean, he is a disruptor, as they say about, football players. Those guys who just can sometimes take a play and that individual will wreak havoc. He's been doing that a few times this season, with the pressure that time. Pressure on Keating, and he sets up a little screen. Ryan Rowe up to the 50, and a nice open field tackle there by Jacob Parada. Drops him at midfield. Looked like Ryan Rowe had a ticket for a Pennridge first down. Not so fast, says Parada. And the clock stopped with 32 seconds left. And 4th, and what do they got? 2
Rams take a timeout.
for the Rams. Pennridge taking timeout. And with the timeout on the field, we'll let you know Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barber shop and a longtime supporter of Pennsbury Falcon football on WBCB. And at Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barbershop, kids cuts, hair coloring, and shaves. Dave Wells and his family have been part of the community for over 50 years. And Yardley Family Haircutters is a town institution. Call for an appointment at 215-321-6900. That's 215-321-6900. Yardley Family Haircutters. Yeah, a community institution for 50 years, and they've been supporting Pennsbury Falcon football for about that long. As Keating throws on 4th down, and it's broken up by Depew. Depew with the PBU. Nice job right there, as they were looking for Colton Wohl. And Falcons get a turnover on downs. So they get the football back at midfield, but with under a half minute remaining, maybe a chance to test the arm of David Kane. See if we just send Sean Beatty downfield. Try to go for a big explosive play here.
Yeah, and you see Angelo Pereira warming up on the sidelines, trying to get his leg warm. So you like to think, I wonder how far his distance is and where Coach Snyder is willing to go to try to attempt that. Obviously, end of half, might as well go for it wherever you can, but wonder where a realistic range is for him.
Yeah, I'd give him a shot from the 30. If it's a 45-yard field goal attempt, I like my chances with Pereira. Now, before the play, flags come out, delay of game on the Falcons.
Delay of game, Falcons will make it 1st and 15.
Another note on Pereira, we are yet to see him kick a field goal this season, which seems kind of bonkers because we've seen him be so huge for Pennsbury, but when you look at it, he's only kicked extra points. In fact, he's only kicked 3 extra points this year, 2 of them coming in the first game, so haven't seen a lot of Pereira in 2025.
He really relies on his guys to put him in the right spots, and so far the Pennsbury Falcon offense has had trouble in that department. Now 1st and 15, and Kane throwing downfield. And Sean Beatty, the intended target, incomplete there. Chase Klontz there with the coverage.
Just a little long for Beatty. Don't hate the idea.
So now 2nd and 15. Just a few seconds came off the clock, so we got 23 ticks here for the Falcons. Before we break, at halftime, we've got the Pennridge Marching Band for you. We'll share their performance, and we'll check in with the Pennsbury Athletics Hall of Fame inductees, a brand new class, and we'll have that ceremony at halftime. 2nd and 15, Brown in motion. The throw is complete to Kitchenman, and the tackle made right away by Chase Klontz. But the clock now rolling, and the Falcons forced to call their final timeout of the half. So leaves 10 seconds before the break. So here, an opportunity here. Maybe Pennsbury, one play close to the sideline where you make sure a guy gets out of bounds. I don't know if you try some type of maybe hook and ladder type of razzle-dazzle on this one. Certainly too far for Pereira from here. And with 10 seconds, if you get tackled in bounds, it's going to be tough to run another play.
Yeah, that is for sure. And like you said, the little razzle-dazzle might be able to, like hook and ladder. Somebody catches it, toss it to another player, try to get out real quick. Yeah, they did put some time back on the clock, though, so they
Right.
do have 12 seconds, so they have time to try to get, a quick pass out, but it's going to be tough.
Football at the 43 of Pennridge. Brown in motion. And Kane looking downfield for Beatty, and the ball incomplete. Davis Underhill looked like he almost had an interception. Both of those guys kind of met at the football, and it hits the turf, and just 6 seconds to go. So 4th down, and now David Kane here meeting with Coach Snyder, get his instructions. Falcons this year with some new faces on the offensive side of the football. And right now it looks like a little bit of confusion here as they get set for this 4th down play. Clock running down, 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. Everybody set, Brown in motion, and Kane looks to the far side, throws downfield, and incomplete, looking for Kitchenman. As we reach the end of the first half in the McCaffrey's game of the night, the Pennsbury Falcons trailing the Pennridge Rams 7-0. The only score so far, a 4-yard touchdown run for Ryan Rowe. All right, we're going to step aside, take care of a couple of quick messages, and when we return, we've got the performance of the Pennridge Marching Band and then the Hall of Fame night ceremonies happening here at Falcon Field Again, Pennridge in front 7-0 at halftime.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I've stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
McCaffrey's Express makes grocery shopping easy. McCaffrey's now offers online shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You get the same in-store prices and no third-party markup. Products are chosen by McCaffrey's own trained staff. Text messages are even accepted for order changes. Shop your way at McCaffrey's Food Markets, online or the app, and earn awards and use digital coupons. McCaffrey's Food Markets in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. Also in Newtown, New Hope, Doylestown, Princeton, and West Windsor.
The Peruzzi Automotive Group on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills is looking for auto techs, all skill levels. Here's a chance to work for a locally owned family business that offers many benefits. For more information, call the service director, John Damarotis, at 215-943-6200. That's 215-943-6200, or visit any Peruzzi service department.
Football is all about being fast and in control, which is also the idea behind CFO, cash flow options from PNC. CFO helps your business accelerate receivables so you can put incoming cash to work faster. And CFO gives you better control over who gets paid when, more speed and control. That's an achievement. Visit any PNC branch or pnc.com/CFO. PNC Bank, for the achiever in you.
PNC Financial Services Group Incorporated. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association member, FDIC.
The Pennridge Marching Band getting set to perform at halftime with the Rams in front of the Pennsbury Falcons 7-0. Tonight's game made possible by Kramer's Bakery in Yardley, baking things great since 1946. Handmade baked goods made fresh daily on the premises. Kramer's features custom cakes, dessert cakes with real fruit, cheesecakes, Danish, pastry. Also have their great trays, the breakfast tray, the cookie tray, perfect for corporate events, family get-togethers. And of course, they got the fresh bread and rolls at Kramer's Bakery, 14 East Afton Avenue in Yardley. Open Mondays from 9 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday, open 7 to 7, Sundays open 7 to 6. Remember, everything is baked fresh right on the premises at Kramer's Bakery. And again, Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barbershop, kids cuts, hair coloring, and shaves. Dave Wells and his family been part of the community for over 50 years. And Yardley Family Haircutters, a town institution. Call for an appointment at 215-321-6900. All right, here they are, the Pennridge Marching Band. right, the Pennridge Marching Band doing their thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pennridge Marching Band.
Well, it's also Hall of Fame night, so in a moment we will turn back to the field for Hall of Fame ceremonies, but right now at halftime we check in with Ben Goldstein for some halftime stats here for this game, and probably some fairly impressive offensive numbers for Pennridge. They've been able to move the football, but they only have one touchdown to show for it, and you know, the Falcons, I think, have dodged some bullets in the first half to still be in this game, just a touchdown down.
Yeah, they've certainly gotten some obliges. That's not a good use of the word at all. But yeah, Pennridge,
a little help.
yeah, they're getting some help from the Rams certainly here in that first half. A couple turnovers by Pennridge helping out the Falcons, but on the stat sheet, it is telling what offense has been better and should be up by more than just 7. Falcons just 67 total yards of offense, 52 of them coming on the ground. David Kane is 2 for 6 with 15 passing yards. He's been sacked once, got taken back 6 yards, and a fumble as well on a big 4th down play. Caden Brown, 7 rushes for 20 yards. Noah McCardle leading the way on the ground, 8 rushes for 32 yards. Dante Ciola and Aiden Kitcheman both have a reception. Kitcheman's was for 12 yards. Falcons, of course, do have that one turnover by David Kane, and Sean Beatty with the interception back in the first quarter. Meanwhile, for Pennridge, 130 total yards, 102 of those on the ground. A great night so far from Noah Keating in the air. 4 for 8, 28 passing yards. Did throw that one interception picked off by Beatty, along with 2 rushes for 3 yards. Will Doherty, 8 rushes, 32 rushing yards, along with a 4-yard touchdown. He fumbled into the end zone, which was a touchback. Ryan Rowe leading the way on the ground, 6 rushes for 61 yards. He also has a reception for 4. And Sean Luth, 1 reception for 19 yards, along with a rush for 9 and 2 turnovers as well for Pennridge. Pennridge, just numbers-wise, outperforming the Pennsbury by a margin.
And in front at halftime, 7-0. And now let's turn to our Hall of Fame ceremonies.
Until all of the names and accomplishments have been read. Thank you. Distinguished Service, Ken Alston. Unfortunately, Ken was unable to attend tonight. He was the assistant varsity baseball coach for 20 years. Helped coach 8 Lower Bucks Suburban Championship teams. Helped coach Section 1 and District 1 baseball titles. Assistant coach the 1972 17-0 undefeated team. Head football coach Earl Bogger. Unfortunately, his family was not able to attend tonight. Coach Bogger had an 8-year record of 62 wins, 13 losses, and 4 ties. His winning percentage of .784 is the highest in school history. Won or shared 5 LBCL and 2 Big Six championships. He never had a losing season as the head football coach. '93 graduate, a student athlete in soccer and baseball, Scott Buchanan. From 1991 to 1993 was a SOL All-League Soccer selection. 1991 to 1993 SOL All-League Baseball selection. 1993 All-Southeastern PA Soccer selection. In 2003 was inducted into the Pennsbury Soccer Hall of Fame. '79 graduate, a student athlete in golf, Greg Gelstrom. 42 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie, individual 4-year record. Was all-league selection in 1976, 77, and 78. Shawnee Junior Open champion and Philadelphia Junior Open medalist in 1977. Bucks County Courier-Times Golfer of the Year in 1978. Continued his golf career at Penn State University. (2019) graduate, a student athlete in baseball, Justin Masiello. 2019 Falcon Award winner, two-time first team All-SOL shortstop in 2017 and 2019. Played on the 2017 PIAA State Championship team. His 107 career hits ranked first all-time at Pennsbury. Continued his baseball career at Arcadia University. (2016) graduate, a student athlete in cross country, indoor and outdoor track, Hannah Malloy. 4 years All-League in cross country, three-time PIAA State cross country champion team member, three-time All-State selection in cross country, full scholarship to Iona College. (2009) student athlete in boys soccer, Alex Ockford. 2007 and 2008 first team All-League selection and Courier Times Golden Team. 2008 team MVP. 2008 Suburban One Sports Dream Team player. 2009 Courier Times Kiwanis Scholar Award winner. Continued his soccer career on a full scholarship to Mount St. Mary's University. (1984) student athlete in softball and basketball, Kim Seisinger. A 3-year varsity starter who played on the Falcons' first PIAA State Championship softball team in 1984. Member of the Courier Times Golden Team in 1984. Went to Temple University on a full scholarship. 2015 student athlete in football and indoor track, Charles Snorway. PA first team All-State running back and Southeastern PA Football Player of the Year in 2014. Courier Times Football and Track Athlete of the Year in 2015. 400 meter state champion and first team All-State 400 meter in 2015. Multiple Pennsbury High School record holder in both football and track and field. Went on to play football at Rutgers University from 2015 to 2019. (1958) student athlete in baseball, football, and basketball, Ron Stowe. First team All-County Baseball junior and senior years. Career batting average of .414. Lost only 6 games in senior seasons for football, basketball, and baseball combined, which is the least amount in Pennsbury history. Signed a Major League Baseball contract with the Detroit Tigers. (2004) student athlete in basketball and volleyball, Kristen Westbrook Herbert. 3-year varsity starter in basketball and volleyball. 2003-2004 Courier Times Golden Team member in volleyball. 2004 first team All-Suburban One in volleyball. 2004 basketball team captain. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the 11 individuals who enter the Athletic Hall of Fame this weekend for the Pennsbury School District.
Absolutely, congratulations Awesome to see Charles Snorway in the mix. And, yeah, what a legendary Pennsbury football player.
That's my GOAT right there. I say that's the greatest football player I've ever seen, like in high school, out of high school. The things I saw Snorway do on the football field, obviously he graduated only a year above me, so I got to see a lot of Charles Snorway, but yeah, he did some amazing things on the field, and, you know, what an interesting class. You know, a lot of people, obviously, Hannah Malloy on the track team. I graduated with her, went to school with her. Justin Masiello, and played baseball with my brother in middle school, so got to see him a little bit. It was, you know, as a starting shortstop as a freshman, you know you got to be pretty good. So all-time hit leader for Falcons. What a great class here. But yeah, Snorway, I always say the greatest football player I've ever seen on the field.
He had a 7-touchdown night at one point. That's pretty major accomplishment. Halftime here at Pennsbury High School, where the Falcons trail the Pennridge Rams 7-0. A lone touchdown run from Ryan Rowe came with 11:51 to go in the second quarter. Right at the beginning of the second quarter, basically, he gets into the end zone from 4 yards out. The extra point is good. 7-0 is the score. A couple of other opportunities for Pennridge as they threw the ball into the end zone on their opening drive, and it was picked off by Sean Beatty, a big INT turnover in that scenario. So they were kind of getting close to a score, and the Falcons took it away. And then another drive, basically they had it in the red zone, looked like they were ready to go in, and the running back fumbles the football through the end zone for a touchback, again giving the Pennsbury Falcons the football in a scenario where it looked like the Pennridge Rams were on the doorstep of a possible another touchdown tonight. But 7-0 right now, and Pennridge will get the football first, but a lot of time for Pennsbury still to try to make this comeback and try to get that ground game going a little bit. Even though they've thrown the football, they haven't had a lot of success through the air, and I think they need to stick with their number one game plan. You know, go to plan A.
Yep.
You know, you're not ready for plan B at this point, and they just need to figure out a way to try to get Caden Brown and McCardle some consistent positive gains here tonight.
A big part of the ground and pound play is by pounding your opponent to the ground and wearing them out, and that's what Pennsbury should be trying to do against this Pennridge team. Just keep grounding, keep pounding, and eventually you'll wear them down, and you'll hopefully get some sort of hole that you can break through and make something happen. So that's what the Falcons should be looking to do in this second half.
Yeah, definitely an approach that if it's working right, you're going to wear the opponent down and start to make things happen in the second half. Falcons are looking to do that, trailing 7-0 at halftime. And the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, they would like to thank our game day team meal sponsor, Bailey's Bar and Grill. Looking for great food, cold drinks, and good times? Head to Bailey's Bar and Grill. For 34 years, it's your neighborhood spot for unbeatable eats and a full-service bar that never disappoints. Catch the big game, play Quizzo, music bingo, bring your friends, or unwind after work with great daily happy hour specials. Come for the food, stay for the vibe at Bailey's Bar and Grill, where great nights begin. Check them out on Instagram and on Facebook. And the fastest growing, most award-winning, locally owned and operated car wash in Lower Bucks is Junior's Express, right near Pennsbury High School at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Junior's Express, owned by a Pennsbury graduate who is proud to support his alma mater. Join Junior's Express, their rewards program, and get a free $20 car wash. Take advantage of discounted monthly packages and free vacuums. Junior's Express Car Wash, open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 7. Sundays open 8 to 7 at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Also at 2270 Bristol, Oxford Valley Road in Levittown.
PIAA District 1 is looking for officials for all sports. If you are interested, visit PIAA.org for more information. Again, That's PIAA.org if you are interested in becoming an official. The PIAA District 1 wishes all student athletes the best of luck on the field and in the classroom.
All right, Angelo Pereira about to kick it off to start the second half. And helping to power portions of tonight's game, Charcoal, BYOB, Charcoal Restaurant in Yardley. One of the nicest restaurants in all of Bucks County, right here in our own backyard, overlooking the Delaware River. Charcoal in Yardley. And Charcoal offers exceptional food that is locally sourced and seasonally inspired. Charcoal serves lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner Wednesday through Sunday. And Charcoal, a BYOB restaurant. Visit their website for menus and more info at charcoalbyob.com. That's charcoalbyob.com. Charcoal voted best of Bucks and truly a neighborhood gem and a down-to-earth American cafe overlooking the Delaware on River Road in Yardley, and open Wednesday through Sunday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Next week, Falcons hit the road and take on CB East. Back-to-back road games for the Falcons, as they've got CB East, CB South, and then CB West.
We're all hopping in the bus up to CB East.
Yeah, we're going to have to be all traveling together. You know, we like to get together for those little travel games. So don't worry, ladies and gents. You will hear the famous trio on the game.
And those games might get harder and harder and harder.
Yeah.
Last year, CB East was a tough team, but CB South and CB West were the two best teams in the SOL Patriot Division. CB South had the best regular season. CB West went on the deepest run when it came to the district. So those road games are not going to get necessarily any easier as that gauntlet unfolds. Pereira has gotten the whistle. Back to receive Luthi, and they'll kick it to the other side. And the Pennridge Rams with a return at the 5-yard line, stepping through a couple of tackles and returning it. Michael Ferguson, the junior, with the return, sets up the Rams at their own 33 with a 1st and 10.
We keep talking about how big the Central Bucks game, how big these upcoming Central Bucks games are and how tough of a road the Falcons have. That's what makes this game so important. Pennsbury has gotten some gifts from Pennridge tonight. Pennridge has turned the ball over. They've had multiple opportunities, haven't been able to execute. Pennsbury, they need to take advantage of those Pennridge miscues, and that's the biggest goal in the second half. Take advantage of what is being given to you.
The handoff goes to Ryan Rowe on the counter, and Rowe brought down by LaRue Madison, also met over there by Luke Bagley, and a 2-yard pickup for the Rams. 2nd and 8 from the 33.
You want to go into these Central Bucks games with some momentum, something riding behind you, and a win at home over Pennridge can certainly do that.
Well, if Ben says so, then it must be true.
Yeah, 3-0 for the Rams. Wins over Liberty, Ben Salem, and Harry S. Truman. Before tonight, Ryan Rowe cuts it upfield across the 35, near the 40, but a flag down on the play, and this is going to be a hold against Pennridge.
Coming back.
So they bring it back. After tonight, Pennridge will take on North Penn. They host the Knights, and then they have a home game against Abington before hitting the road to take on Neshaminy and CB West. And then a couple of home games as they'll host the Patriots and the Titans, wrapping up the regular season against CB South. And then a Turkey Day matchup as they'll take on Quinkertown Panthers on November 27th.
Rams versus Panthers on Thanksgiving. 10:15 kick. Bright and early.
Got to get home for turkey.
2nd and long. The Falcons bring the pressure. The throw looking for Luthi, and it's off of Looked like it bounced off of his shoulder pads, incomplete. Maybe bouncing off of his head.
Yeah. Hey, talk about using your head.
Luke Bagley down there defensively for the Falcons along with Matt McCartney. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 17. Well, this is certainly what the Falcons were looking for. Now they need to finish the job, make a stop here, force the kick. Luthi late to get on the field. He's in the slot over there with Chase Klontz. And Keating looking that direction, chased by Jackson Coons, and it's going to be LaRue Madison who will bring him down with the sack on the play. And the Falcons with another tackle for loss. Send the Rams back even further, and now Keating is going to have to punt this one from inside his own 5-yard line. Back to receive is Beatty. It's a short kick. Comes here to the near sideline and takes a quick kind of bounces to a stop and is brought down at the 43. Great field position for the Falcons to get their opening drive of the second half going.
LaRue tonight. LaRue Madison, 4 tackles, one of them a sack. He's been making all the plays for Pennsbury defense tonight, leading the team in tackles, and he's been excellent all year, the junior defensive end.
Split wide to the far side is Kitchenman. Kane sets him down, hands off to McCardle. McCardle stiff arms one of the defenders, and he's up to the 36. 2nd and 3 yards to go for the Pennsbury Falcons.
3, Beatty checks in for the Falcons.
Great job with the 3 and out to get the Rams off the field. So the defense puts in the work, and now the offense looking to get on the scoreboard. The pitch out to McCardle, but McCardle met right after he gets the football. Ryan Rowe over there. And Jackson Gregoire. They combine for the tackle and brings up 3rd and 5. Certainly a 4-down situation for the offense.
Absolutely, especially with where you receive the ball in field position, you have to think that no matter what, even if it's 4th and 3, 4th and 4, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, and the give to McCardle, but McCardle slips at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And now on 4th down, wow, Falcons opting to punt.
Guess I was mistaken.
Try to pin him back. Yeah, I thought this would be a go-for-it situation on 4th down.
Yeah, I think we both were thinking that.
Maybe a spot for a fake. Nah, Kane lets it go. A good kick comes down at the 5-yard line. Luthi returns it across the 15, and he is brought down by LaRue Madison. And Dante Ciola also in there for the Falcons. Well, no lack of physicality in this game. We just saw that from that LaRue Madison hit. And no lack of defense tonight, as both offenses struggling to get the football in the end zone, get anything really going. And now the Rams with their chance from their own 19-yard line. Keating gives up the gut to Doherty. And that's not been working all night. Falcons have been there. Sam Comer stuffs the run. A 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Good job by Pennsbury there, jumping on Doherty, and then anything pass.
Second and 9, Keating goes back, has a quick word with Doherty. And it's a play action. The pass complete to Doherty. Tackle made by Jacob Parada just across the 25-yard line. And they'll mark the Pennridge Rams down at the 26, 3rd and 4. We'll call it 3rd and 3, under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Crucial 3rd and 3, nonetheless.
Falcons have been very stout defensively in the 3rd quarter so far. Need a stop here to get the football back. Handoff up the middle, and Doherty across the 30 to the 32. And the Pennridge Rams pick up the first down.
32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams.
In the first half, Ryan Rowe was getting things going with the ground game, and now it seems like Doherty starting to pick up a little momentum and get some rhythm in the second half. Falcons need to shut that down. 1st and 10, play action. Keating looking downfield, pressure, and he completes the pass. Again, Doherty with the grab. And the Rams up to the 36. They pick up 4.
Play for the Falcons. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6 from the Ram 36-yard line.
When you look at the total yards gained and some of the other stats, the Pennridge Rams have played very well tonight, but the Falcons still right in this game. Need to come up with a defensive stop. The give to Ryan Rowe, breaks free, gets past McCartney, up to the 40, to the 35-30, and Luke Bagley will knock him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And Ryan Rowe, with an explosive run for the Pennridge Rams, sets them up with a 1st and 10 from the Falcon 20-yard line.
Man, oh man, just broke through that thing. Nothing but green grass and just turn on the afterburners. And lucky that a Pennsbury Falcon was even there to get him, because I thought he was taking that to the crib.
Yeah, those guys had a good angle to save the touchdown. But the Rams on the move. Keating pulls it down, gives to Rowe. Rowe with a burst across the 15-yard line up to the 14.
It'll bring him
and so
to maybe the 70-yard mark on the night.
So 2nd and 4. The Rams, again, it's that combination of Ryan Rowe and William Doherty running the football. The handoff to Rowe this time. Nearly tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but stays on his feet to make a minimal gain. 2 yards picked up.
Ryan Rowe showing over 100 yards tonight.
And so that pickup by Rowe leaves the Pennridge Rams with a 3rd and 2. And the Falcons, in desperate need of a stop here, cannot afford to allow the Rams to go up by 2 touchdowns. And here it's a keeper, a quarterback sneak for Keating. And Keating crosses the 10. That's enough for another Ram 1st down. And it's a 1st and goal situation for Pennridge.
Keating has enough for a Ram first down.
Last time the Rams were on the doorstep,
Falcon 10-yard line.
ball carrier fumbled through the end zone. And the touchback gave the Pennsbury Falcons the ball back. Need to come up with a stop here. It's a pitch out up to the 5-yard line and staying on his feet and into the end zone, Michael Ferguson.
23, Ferguson on the carry for the
So they
Rams.
go to a third option carrying the football, and Ferguson in from 10 yards out. It's a 13-0 Pennridge lead.
Yeah, just an excellent run there, just finding a lane, getting good blocks there, and that one could be a real breaker for this Pennsbury team, for a team that hasn't really found anything offensively. To be down 2 scores could be a difference maker.
It makes this upcoming drive absolutely essential for the Falcons as Nunez splits the uprights,
That's Nunes, 29, PAT.
and 14-0 the score as we come back up the field with Pennridge in front of Pennsbury. A Fairless Hills landmark is Puss in Boots Tavern, supporting Pennsbury football for decades. Before or after the games, stop by Puss in Boots for great food, great times. Watch all your favorite Philly sports teams at the Boot. Their outdoor patio now has TVs, and Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Puss in Boots featuring their famous homemade meatloaf platters. Thursdays, Italian days. On Fridays, they do their Fun Day specials, and Saturdays, Puss in Boots with their $1 hot dogs all day. Sunday, $1 chicken fingers and $6 cheesesteaks, shuffleboard, pool, cornhole, darts, and jukebox, all at the Boot. Puss in Boots, open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private catering also available. And time to get your lawn looking out of this world. Check out Galaxy Landscaping. Call Pennsbury alumni Matt or Sean to book your Galaxy Lawnscaping. Angled kickoff comes down at the 30-yard line, taken there by Kitchenman, who returns it across the 35 up to the 40-yard line. And the Falcons take over 1st and 10 from there. Yeah, Galaxy Landscaping, whether you need annual mowing during the season, an overall uplift to your home's landscape, Galaxy Landscaping, they can do it all. Again, Pennsbury alumni Matt and Sean there. You can book Galaxy Landscaping for all of your lawn care needs at 267-842-5299. Kane under center, sets him down, and on the handoff, runs right into the ball carrier. Kind of bang into each other. And a loss there for the Falcons. Is that Isaiah Garrett?
Looked like Henry Garlitz for Pennsbury.
42, Blake Lander in the breakup.
So a loss there to make it 2nd and 14. And out at quarterback now is going to be sophomore Jack Arndt. And Kitcheman in for Pennsbury, running out of time, and they need to burn a timeout. There was only a couple of seconds left on the play clock, and to avoid the delay of game, Falcons take timeout with 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing this one 14-0. Proud to serve our community is Brian Rogers at Yardley Pharmacy, 175 South Main Street in Yardley. Brian, a hometown community leader and a pharmacist who's going to go out of his way to help his customers and make sure you understand everything about your medications, answer any of your questions, including insurance questions. Yardley Pharmacy, owned by Brian Rogers, and no one is going to give you better service than an owner-operated business like Yardley Pharmacy. Avoid the big chains and stay local with people who are there every day and know you. Yardley Pharmacy offers medical equipment too at 175 South Main Street in Yardley. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30, Saturdays 9 to 2, and delivery is also available. Second and long, and Arndt drops back and hits Sean Beatty with the pass here along the near sideline. Beatty forced out of bounds at the 50, and that's going to be enough for a Pennsbury first down.
How about that first
just
play?
enough to move the sticks right there.
It feels like it's our first big play by this Pennsbury offense, and not just this game, but in a couple games. So let's see if you're able to sustain it, especially with a pass there. You don't really see that a lot from this Pennsbury offense, but good pass, good catch, big gain for a first down.
Yeah, a little bit of a spark here from the sophomore QB as Jack Arndt now in for this series of downs. Maybe in for the remainder of tonight's game as he sets him down under center, rolls to the far side, looking downfield, lets it go, and it's off of the hands of Beatty, incomplete. Ball was there, looked like the route was good.
Shortly after Kane was removed from the game, he went over to the trainer's table, got his foot and ankle, his left heel taped up, and now remains to sit on the sideline right next to Coach Snyder.
Right. Well, I know he's had a little, he's been banged up a little bit with some leg issues, as now Arndt with a 2nd and 10. Garlitz goes in motion. And the handoff to McCardle on the counter. Nice pickup there by McCardle. Brought down on the play by Leland Knight. So 3rd and 3. A lot of time here in this game, but Falcons take up a lot of time. It seems anytime they move the football on offense. Pressure coming up the middle by Pennridge. The handoff to Caden Brown is good for maybe a couple of yards, but will leave Pennsbury with a 4th and short.
It looks like they may only get one more play left in this third quarter.
And the Falcons look over to the sideline.
Giannetti for the Rams. It'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Falcons.
And ready a 4th and 1 play. Sean Comer.
Sam Comer.
Excuse me, Sam Comer, thank you. Expanding his role in there for a little bit of size on this play. Everybody in tight. And the give to the fullback and Caden Brown to the 40. That's going to be enough for a Falcon first down.
Looks like he has enough. We'll let the refs make the call.
Just got the yard they needed.
Falcon first down.
And again, a theme tonight. Every yard comes with a struggle for this Pennsbury offense this season. As that brings us to the end of quarter number 3. The Pennridge Rams add a touchdown in the quarter to extend their lead to 14-0 in the McCaffrey's game of the night. We'll step aside and return to Falcon Field in just a moment for more high school football on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing.
Back here at Falcon Field for the McCaffrey's Game of the Night on WBCB. Pennsbury with the football as we start the fourth quarter in Pennridge territory with a first down at the 40-yard line. Jack Arndt sets him down, drops back, and his pass tipped and then complete. Wow. Tipped up into the air and hauled down there by Ciola, his second reception of the game. And this time it's a 6-yard pickup on the deflection.
What some luck there. But not even like a small tip where it kind of just moves the trajectory a little bit. That thing got batted up in the air like somebody just swatted it like Dikembe Mutombo style. And it just still perfectly landed in Ciola's hands. Man, oh man. Maybe some luck here for the Pennsbury Falcons.
I mean, Falcons have gotten their fair share of breaks in this game. They need to capitalize on one. There, the handoff to McCardle is blown up by Ryan Rowe. Seemed like he just came out of nowhere unblocked. And the linebacker with another big play.
55, Wellman on the tackle for the Rams.
Ryan Rowe making it happen on both sides of the football for the Rams. Third and 6. McCardle and Brown in the backfield. And Arndt throws this one and completes the pass to Ciola up to the 30. Nice job by Arndt to hang in the pocket and throw that football with some pressure in his face. And reception number 3 for Ciola results in a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
A little high to throw, too, and he was able to, get up there and pinpoint that, Ciola was.
Maybe a couple of successful throws now could open some things up on the ground for the Falcons. Garlett's in motion, and the handoff to McCardle, the second guy through. And, man, nearly was able to break that one open, but good strength inside. Yeah, that was Doherty in there. So talk about Ryan Rowe and the impact he's having on both sides of the football there. William Doherty with a nice job, kind of had an arm tackle. Wouldn't let McCardle go. Second and 8. Beatty split to the wide side. Garlitz goes in motion in that way, and the throw to Beatty, a little bit low. He's got to go down to get it, but the catch is made at the 20, and that'll move the sticks again. The Pennsbury Falcons on the move. Jack Arndt with some good throws.
I don't think I've ever seen them throw the ball this much right now and be successful at it. This is looking like a completely different Pennsbury team right now.
Well, they're kind of in that hurry-up mode. If it's normal ground-and-pound offense, this is a slow, staling drive that's taking a while. Falcons in hurry-up mode. They need 2 touchdowns in the next 8 minutes and 47 seconds, and this is what you're getting. You're getting fast-paced offense, high pressure from Jack Arndt, and he's delivering 4 for 5, 41 passing yards since entering this game.
Looks like the Rams coming with the blitz. The pitch out, that's loose. That's a fumble, and it's recovered by Pennridge. Pressure up the middle, got to Arndt, and as he tried to flip it out to McCardle, the ball is loose. And the Pennridge Rams take over at the Pennsbury Falcon 20-yard line. And an injury timeout there as one of the Rams shaken up on the play. And so we'll step aside and return to Falcon Field in just a moment for more high school football on the WBCB Sports Network.
Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience.
Michael Ferguson of the Rams, the player shaken up, able to walk to the far sideline without any help, which is good. He's got a touchdown tonight for Pennridge. And boy, the Falcons right there had strung together a bunch of positive plays, moving the football, had it inside the red zone, and they give it right back to Pennridge on the fumble. A good stop there, 2nd and 11 for the Rams. So on 2nd and 11, and probably throughout this drive, we're going to see the Rams try to maximize how much time they take off the clock. Little movement up front. Looked like the Falcons might have jumped. Were they drawn off, or? Yeah, it is a false start. So the Rams move, and that puts them even deeper in their own end. Football now at the 10. So from there, Keating under center, fakes the give to Rowe, rolls to the far side, and throws low and incomplete. Running away from LaRue Madison, and Sylvester Jones was also on his tail. Brings up 3rd and 17. So with 7:25 to go, the way the Falcons looked like they were moving the football there during that series of downs. Here they come up with a stop, get it back. Maybe get some good field position. Keating with the handoff up the middle. Big hit at the 20-yard line. William Doherty met there by Luke Bagley. And that will still leave the Pennridge Rams with a 4th and 7. And so they'll drop quarterback Noah Keating back to punt this one away. Beatty to receive the kick. Stands just across midfield. Kick drops right around the 45 and takes a roll for the Rams down to the 31-yard line. And so the Falcons take over at the 31 with 6:41 to go. Don't forget DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo. All the same recipes his great-grandparents did in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie, other gourmet pizzas, including their mustard pie, soups, fresh salads, all served in a safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza. 215-943-2605. That's 215-943-2605. Arndt moves Brown to his side. drops back, the pocket breaks down, and Arndt gonna tuck it away, cross the 35, get up to the 40, and he is clotheslined out of bounds, and that draws a flag. Pennridge Rams gonna be assessed for a late hit and move the Falcons a little bit further up the field. I saw one flag came out. Not sure if there was another one that might have been thrown.
Yeah, it looked like two may have been thrown. It's very possible they were both for the same foul.
Hopefully the second didn't come out because of some reaction from Pennsbury. I don't think so. We're going to move this up the field and head over to the 45 of Pennridge.
Late hit Rams. We'll march on 15 more for the Falcons.
So 1st and 10, Pennsbury at the 45-yard line. Oh, 2 flags down. So I was like, why do they keep going downfield? Instead of the 45, it'll be the 30. An unsportsmanlike added to the late hit. So Falcons again tonight given some free yardage, an opportunity here. And with 6.5 to go.
If there's any time to take that gift, it's right now.
Yeah, don't go anywhere because a touchdown here. They're right back in this thing. Arndt hands off to Brown up the middle. Brown to the 21-yard line. And right at the end of the play, it kind of rolled up on Henry Garlitz. Glad to see he's able to get back up again. And a little limpy for Garlitz as he comes off the field right there, but at least didn't have to see the train. Looks like he's just trying to walk it off.
Yeah, it looks like he got rolled up on maybe rolled his ankle as, Brown was just thrown by the defender onto him, on Garlitz. So something to keep an eye on. That's definitely a player you don't want to see get out, especially at this time of game.
2nd and 3. Arndt looked like he was dropping back to pass, but motion up front. False start on the Falcons. So make it 2nd and 7. Boy, you look up at the clock, and all of a sudden, there's another minute gone.
Yeah.
There's 6.5 just what seemed like a moment ago, and now it's 5:39 on the clock.
Sorry, 20.
And the Falcons need to score, and they need to score quickly. Kitchenman in with the play, and they're going to have trouble getting this one off. 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. Arndt gets him up to the line of scrimmage, sets him down, and he does get the play off. Gives to McCardle. McCardle to the 20. Running room. Following blockers up to the 15, but a flag thrown behind the play, and this one is going to come back holding on the Falcons. Well, right there, a promising play that is negated by another Falcon penalty. And they have been hurt by the flags tonight.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a costly one. Big play, just reverted. You kind of go in the complete, literally go in the complete opposite direction.
I mean, right now with this Falcons team, you see some positives on the defensive side of the football. They're doing a good job of keeping their team in the game, but just not a lot of positive signs on the offensive side. And the stats would bear that out tonight. Jack Arndt, he has been throwing the football pretty well, coming in to replace David Kane, and movement up front. Looked like the Rams jumped across the line. So this could put the Falcons Back across the 30 at the 29. That's offsides, right? Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
gonna call it. Was waiting for him to call it.
But again, a glance back at the clock, now just 4:44 for the Falcons to utilize. It's getting to the point if you do, if you get into the end zone, I'm thinking you're going to have to try an onside kick. Brown in motion, Arndt looking downfield, throws towards the end zone and incomplete. That ball was a little high, but looked like it went right through the hands of Beatty.
Yeah, Beatty was able to get to it just a little too high, and defenders were closing in on Arndt. Just tried to get it away and resulted in an incompletion.
So 3rd and 10. Incompletion has the clock stopped for the moment at 4:17. 20 minutes from Langhorne, a better Ford car and truck buying experience. Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. More selection, better price on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, and award-winning service. Haldeman Ford, Route 33, Hamilton Township. Arndt throws to Beatty. Beatty makes the grab, but the ball is out. Beatty fumbles, and the Pennridge Rams are right there, and they have it. The Pennridge Rams with another takeaway. And one of the Pennsbury Falcons shaken up on the play. So there was a flag that was thrown. They're going to wave that off. Beatty is the player who is injured, and we're going to step aside here. We'll return to Falcon Field in a bit. Falcons trailing the Rams 14-0. High school football on WBCB.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. Every champion needs a good game plan. BCWSA and I want to make sure you have a game plan when it comes to conserving our most precious resource, water. Whether you're washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or watering your garden, there are ways you can save water and save money. Visit bcwsa.net for tips on conserving water. BCWSA, proven.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. 4:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Big thanks to Galaxy Landscaping. Give them a call for all your lawn care needs at 267-842-5299. The Rams take it away. Keating fakes the handoff, tucks it away, and turns upfield. A big run for quarterback Noah Keating. He's pushed out of bounds at midfield, picks up a Pennridge first down. Right there accounting for Doherty, accounting for Rowe, and Noah Keating with a nifty run. That's how the Rams hurt this Pennsbury team last year, with him running the football a little bit more often. Here, he's been giving it up. This time, Ryan Rowe. And Rowe with a big collision there. Depew makes the tackle, but took a little punishment.
He picks up 8 for the Rams.
So 2nd and 1.
Rowe has 11 rushes tonight, 125 yards.
And a touchdown.
And the touchdown, running all over the place tonight.
Just 2 touchdowns. He's got one of them. Ferguson with the other. 2nd and 1. The Rams just trying to keep things moving. The handoff. That time to Picotti. And a loss there. Sylvester Jones, one of the first guys in on the stop.
4th tackle for Jones.
Boy, another guy who seems to be all over the place tonight is LaRue Madison, doing all he can for this Pennsbury defense. He was right there where the play was made. Madison, he's got, what, at least 1 sack? Does he have 2 sacks?
He's got 1 sack, 7 tackles tonight, which leads the team.
Keating with a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 2. And that's just too easy right there as they pick up 4 yards on the sneak.
5 rushes, 41 yards for Keating. It just, most of it, at least 4 rushes and I want to say 37 yards have come on this drive. He's just doing whatever he wants to this Falcon defense right now on the ground.
That's just a demoralizer right there when you got that quarterback sneak and you don't put up a whole lot of resistance.
And the way it's looking right now, I don't think Pennsbury's going to be able to get the ball even back on offense. Under 2 minutes left. They have 2 timeouts still, but first down here, the way Pennridge has been moving the ball, I don't see them getting stopped anyway.
And Picotti spilled on the play by Connor Jones. Brings up 2nd and 2. But the Pennridge Rams, the job done for those guys here tonight.
You got to wonder how this is going to, mentally go into this team, which, like we said, with this big 3-game road stretch coming up with all the Central Bucks for this, Pennsbury squad.
So we get down to the 1-minute mark. And the Rams here might just have Keating sneak this one again. Now they'll give the football to Doherty, and he's got the first down. And now it's just a victory formation time for Pennridge, and they improve their record to 4-0. So a great start for the Rams, but the Pennsbury Falcons just cannot find a win so far this season, and tonight's loss will drop them to 0-4. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. All right, delay a game on the Rams.
I think it's a...
Yeah,
too many men.
Gotcha. Well, all academic at this point, as the touchdown from Michael Ferguson, the TD from Ryan Rowe will give the Rams a 14-0 win as Keating drops a knee, and the final few seconds come off the clock. 14-0, the final. Rams get the big win, and be a while till we're back here at the Falcons' Nest. Next week, CB East, then CB South, followed by CB West for this Pennsbury team. And so we will hit the road, and the Falcons will get back to the drawing board once again to see if they can come up with something that's going to work for them against a tough team next week. And big thanks to all of our sponsors for making tonight's game possible on WBCB, including Team Toyota, St. Mary Medical Center, McCaffrey's Food Markets, Jen Shorn for DA, PNC Bank, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, Rob's Automotive and Collision, BCWSA, Fred Herron for Sheriff, the Revere Restaurant, the Peruzzi Automotive Group, thanks to DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, Yardley Family Haircutters, Charcoal BYOB, the Trentonian, Galaxy Landscaping, PIAA District 1, Haldeman Ford, BAI Security, 9th Street on Main, Yardley Pharmacy and Supply, Jammer Doors, Junior's Car Wash, Villa Rosa Pizzeria, thanks to Kramer's Bakery, and to Puss in Boots Tavern. Well, we got a great deal with 9th Street on Main, all the great hoagies that they have. And I don't know, we got to figure out what we're doing with our player of the game segments, because not a lot to celebrate with the Pennsbury Falcons right now. Sean Beatty with the INT, that might be their biggest highlight from tonight's game, as he had an interception in the end zone. But beyond that, not easy to find somebody to talk to, and the Pennsbury Falcons probably not too keen on talking about tonight's game. And so we'll have to just hold on to our gift certificates, I think, and
yeah, I mean, it's
see what we got next week.
It's tough. It's been hard to talk to, some tough losses here for Pennsbury, and, it's not always easy to talk about, a tough loss like this.
And we really appreciate DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza, and 9th Street on Main, and the post-game interview thing, and all the great support we get for Pennsbury Falcon athletics. But we need a few more highlights to turn to, as tonight it ended up being Pennridge in what was kind of a sloppy game. Both teams gave some gifts to each other and some opportunities to each other throughout the game.
The ball was turned over 5 times tonight by both teams. Pennsbury had 3 of them. They fumbled the ball 3 times tonight, and you get those gifts. You get the interception in the end zone. You get the fumble in the end zone. Pennridge really, if you look at it, should have won this game by 4 touchdowns. Pennsbury got lucky tonight, and they just weren't able to capitalize off of those mistakes by Pennridge, and that's what this one fell on, is not capitalizing when you get that gift. And Pennsbury, that's definitely something they're going to need to improve on, because whatever you get from Central Bucks over the next 3 weeks and North Penn, you're going to have to take it. So regroup and restart for Pennsbury here now, 0-4, going into these 4 really tough games coming up on your schedule.
Yeah, well, maybe hitting the road will be something that will spark this Pennsbury team, bring them together for their best performance. They're going to need their A game against CB East. Again, we'll have that game for you next week on the WBCB Sports Network. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to the crew, Gus Barber, our video engineer, stats and analysis from Ben Goldstein, and behind the camera tonight, Rob Gilmore. Thanks so much, guys, and yeah, looking forward to next week's action. But yeah, tough here tonight, and I don't know, an indication of maybe what's to come. And I don't know, we got to work our way through it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a traveling some treacherous land. But like you said, we're going to have to take this journey and fight through it.
Yep. And so will the Pennsbury Falcons. And hopefully you'll be along with us. Thanks so much for joining us tonight for the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. One final time, our final from the Falcons' Nest, the Pennridge Rams 14, the Pennsbury Falcons nothing. Thanks for catching some high school football tonight on B.